Hello, I'm Mike Gordon, and welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Sonic Jam for the Sega Saturn. And last time, we had completed Knuckles and Sonic 2. We played OG Sonic 2 on easy, so I just thought I'd play on normal. So now we're gonna take on Extra Game, which is basically the exact same thing as last time. Because now we have to do Time Attack, which means we are gonna be speedrunning the hell out of this. Hope you enjoy some short hops with Knuckles, as well as some brief glides, just to try to speed things up a bit. And we got there before the music even finished. 20 seconds. That's a second away from the world, a second or two away from the world record. That is an insanely difficult world record to hit, and I'm not gonna chase it. 20 seconds, 43 milliseconds. Don't think I'm getting a much faster time than that. Do the physics scare me here? And now we are going to quickly go through this. Gotta do a spin dash there because I broke out of it before you left the screen. Went a little too fast. But I recovered. And to a nutshell. Just a lot of spin dashing, shore hopping, and just holding left in general. The occasional down press in order to get into spin. The short hop laying right on top of that spin, and I have to time it here so I can land up here. Short hop up there. Ooh, another 22-second run. Wow, I'm so tired. I apologize for all the yawning. I've been sick lately, and I've been taking some medication. And the medication I'm taking makes it a little dreary. So yeah, we are doing Chemical Plant 2 now. My aim here is to try to take the top path. Top path is the fastest path, bar done. And we got it. I'm not quite sure how the RGD determines whether you take the top or bottom path, but I'm glad I'm 4 for 4, I guess, including Sonic 2. I got a short hop right here. Yeah, a couple short hops and a couple spin dashes. Knuckles cannot jump as high, so I had to jump a little early just to like just beat this guy quickly. as it basically puts Knuckles inside the Eggmobile. Yeah, it's downside with Knuckles, he's not quite as fast as Soccer Tails, and he can't jump as high. Also, his sprite is a little bigger, too. But to be fair, that's mostly the result of his sprite game ported over from Sonic 3, as opposed to anything. Look how fast I'm moving. Matched my chemical plant one time. That is insane. By the way, if it was like 20 or 29 seconds, it'd be a lot faster to just let roll over to 30 seconds than it is to just go in, but at least faster real time. It's a little slower. And some short hops so I could spin dash all across the water and maintain my very much constant speed and level playing field. Even despite my best efforts, I still could get there before the drowning music started playing. If I was just a little faster, I would have been able to glitch that, so... If I did it just a couple frames faster, I would have hit him just as for the kill shot, just as he hit the totem pole. It would have allowed us to speed all the way here super quickly. Well, it wasn't fast enough. 44 seconds even. Wow, that was fast. Luckily, we don't have to worry about any more sub 30 runs anymore. The short hop and it completely messed with the physics down there, so... We still move pretty fast, 33 seconds. Still resulted in an instant continue. Just no extra life and no long wait period. So, Casino Night 2. So yeah, I don't think I'm totally inaccurate to say that Sonic and Knuckles is technically takes a little longer to beat than Sonic 2 does. However, Knuckles in general can get through this game a lot quicker than Sonic can, thanks to his glides and ability to climb through walls, and of course the short hop. Alright. I'm gonna use CP run strats, which is to juggle myself on top of this Egomatic. I forgot its name. Still technically the 4th hardest boss in the game. I would say Silver Sock is the 5th hardest. 6th hardest would be the Egg Marine, the Egg Submarine. And the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th bosses are just a collage of easy opponents. Admittedly, I would probably put, if I had to choose, level 3 and level 2 can be a little trolly, especially if you have tails or you miss time either jump. Level 5 and 6 are only problematic in original mode if you're playing with Sonic and Tails. And just got off a special stage at the end. Because then you have to do those stages without rings. Those boss fights without rings. I normally would juggle myself for some rings, but we don't need to go access a special stage, so I'm just trying to get through here as quickly as possible instead. Always gonna get that one because the invincibility will help us out big time with this spell. It's maybe a bit of a waste of time, but it's worth it. Alright, we just barely missed the continue by 1 ring, so we will be able to reach the end of results screen a little faster. Now for Hilltop 2. Taking the lower route here because it's a little faster. Yeah, I don't need a farm for extra lives. There's a lot of moments where we have to climb up because Knuckles just can't jump that high. And there's another... And because we have rings, we can still survive a death. Not that we need to worry about that because Knuckles can just glide out of that. And that's it for Hilltop. So... could have gotten a sub-minute. That's kind of disappointing. So, Mr. Cave. The RNG for me was a lot friendlier this time around than it was when I played this game on normal difficulty setting. And before anybody asks, yes, you have to beat the game before each individual game before you can do the time attacks. They will not unlock until you've beaten their respective games. I've used a lot of short hops so I could in order to bring Knuckles to an abrupt halt. The downside to those short hops is that Knuckles comes to an abrupt halt even when he's on a slope. The only way he doesn't come to an abrupt halt is if he's on a moving platform. I am coming to an abrupt halt on a slope means you don't get the benefits of physics on your side. I have to take this route because there's no way to take the upper route. Very tight squeeze there. And I barely caught that thing and dodged the spike pit. The infamous, inescapable spike pit. Your only exposure of playing Sonic 2 is through Sonic Origins Plus or iOS and Android. You have no idea. So I actually got really good RNG here. Even so, it took me a minute two to clear that. I do think it is possible without glitching or sequence breaking to try to get a sub-minute for Act 2. Same for Hilltop Act 2 as well. So, I'm hiccuping. A little disappointing there. Now this stage, I can definitely get sub-minute, thanks to a new strike found out about on my own. So you just have to climb up this wall, because we don't need to go the other side, because you don't need to do the whole back and forth when we can climb up walls. I have to initiate jumping a little bit and slow down a bit, so just to reach this point. And now watch this. We're gonna move to the turn to the left. So we're facing left, and then we get pushed to the right because it tricks the game to thinking that we came over from the right side, so it just pushes you all the way to the end. And it's the reason why is because there's no collision detection on those platforms above the screen, so the game just pushes you to the end of the stage instead. Isn't a sequence break technically, but honestly, if the platforms up above worked as intended, it would barely count as a sequence break, as I'm really old. You can't even call it a sequence break at that point, as I'm really just using a shortcut that the developers never thought of we would be able to take. And using another shortcut that Knuckles can fully take advantage of. And because we don't have Super Knuckles, we are going to need to take the invincibility monitor, hit it up here. And we're going to short hop this boss super quickly. This boss is only a bit challenging if you're playing with Sonic and Tails, but with Knuckles, if he's invincible or has Super Knuckles at his disposal, he gets through it super quickly. I do think I may have lost a bit of time on this from last time because I didn't have to go get the invincibility monitor last time because I already had Super Knuckles. So, there you go. Metropolis 1. Doing some short hops. It's actually a little faster just waiting for that thing to launch us than it is to climb up. A little short hop so I could. Every time. Not good use of a special stage. If I was still going for Chaos Emeralds, So, the reason why I'm not spin dashing here is because this isn't a very long one. Here's this one. I tried to figure out a faster way to get to this mantis, that mantis enemy, but I couldn't. I wait a little higher because there is like a secret passage there to a checkpoint that we don't need. Between those. It's down there somewhere where we could have gotten a special stage that we could have used to get a Chaos Emerald if we actually needed it. So I am looking back with this playthrough, watching my play sessions in Time Attack, and realizing I could have gotten the Chaos Emeralds through better a lot faster through better strategizing. The only reason this video is a little longer is because of all the load times. Load times I didn't have to put up with when very lucky RNG here. I barely made that platform. RNG's been good to me so far. Jump, and then short hop. Spin dash to a short hop, and that's that. Last continue you can expect me to have for the rest of this game. Yeah, the load times during this transition from act to act, zone to zone were not present when we played the game for reals. But now they're there, and that's the only reason why I'm losing time compared to the previous episode. This is when the RNG is not so kind of me. Very tight squeezes I need to make. And you know what? I'm glad I barely found something out of that. Jump. Down the slope. A little faster than riding those gears. I have to charge this one until I can get here. Glide so I can kill him. Now, because these corkscrews are so long, I will be splicing in bits of spin dashing and then short gliding. And because of those starfish, I am not gonna be able to. This is literally the only spin dash I'm gonna be able to get off of. Short hop so I don't move out. Just charge this a few times, and we are right here at the probably the third hardest boss of the game. Very difficult to land hits on this guy safely. That's why I put him as the third hardest. And he's especially the third hardest with Knuckles because Knuckles cannot jump high. And that's definitely gonna have an impact with the second boss. Thank God for rings, am I right? This took a little over 2 minutes and change, 2 minutes 11, almost 2 minutes and 12 seconds, I would say, to clear this stage. By far my longest time for any of these, and that's including the next stage, which is an auto-scroller. Man, Metropolis sure is a long level. Sky Chase, you know, all of it is 2 minutes and 16 seconds. You can probably clear it in about 2 minutes 5 seconds, 2 minutes 6 seconds. If you're going fast. But right now, I don't really feel the need to try to farm for extra lives. Extra lives are useless in time attack. No point farming for points to get as many extra lives as possible. We don't need them. Bit of trivia though. You really want to be trolling with these time attack times? All you have to do is get to the last checkpoint. Wait for the time to run out. Get a time over. You will respawn at the checkpoint with the time at 0, and then fully optimize their route to the very end. This works in every single act in the game, including Emerald Hill 1. Is it truly a but is it truly a world record? I guess if you want to be trolly, but that's usually not allowed. Deaths, times, any times lost during a death are still counted against you. So it says minute 33 now. If I were to die here, official speedrun guidelines would treat the 133, would add that 133 on top of, say, the 205 I'm gonna get. So lots of mistakes there, but it doesn't really matter since I was just... That's the only... Since that last spin dash there's the only thing that matters. Wing Fortress. So I definitely know I can do a little better than I did last time because I climbed up a wall last time. What I'm gonna do here. Ride these platforms. Unfortunately, I tried doing the super spin dash, but he kept getting caught in the conveyor belt, so I just went with a small one. Alright, this is really bad RNG though. Laser was supposed to go on the left, but it did went on the right instead. Really trolly. Alright. I think if you're playing Sonic Origins Plus, the timer stops here. I'm not playing Sonic Origins Plus, I'm playing I'm technically playing Sonic 2 off of Sonic Jam. To say this because the Sonic Jam versions of these games just like Sonic Origins Plus, are technically different games from their original Genesis counterparts. This isn't an These games aren't emulated. The Saturn versions of these games are not directly ported over or emulated. They are essentially remade from the ground up so that they can be compatible on the Sega Saturn. Yes, the reason for this is literally because Sonic Team wanted to try to appropriate That's what Sonic Team's way of claiming Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles as their games. Especially after the original developers of those games, Sega Technical Institute of America, went bankrupt. And their bankruptcy was attributed to a Sonic game that was supposed to release on the Saturn, but never saw the light of day. Yeah, I took the safe route against the Death Egg Robot because Knuckles, it's almost impossible for him to one-cycle the Death Egg Robot. These were all the times for Knuckles and Sonic 2. Just proving that I've accomplished everything, all the time attack stages. All that stuff to do now is special stage. And something I realized is that if this is supposed to be easy mode, are these special stages set on easy mode or normal mode, just like the time attack? Looking back, it's probably normal difficulty setting, if anything. I mean, the ring counts all add up. And it's just possible that the Blue Sphere special stages in Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles only sped up a tiny bit and only during the music loops. It also would add up because time attack's based on normal difficulty setting, so it makes sense for the special stages themselves to be based on normal difficulty setting. So I literally jumped because I'm hard capped on 103 rings, so I don't need to get any more. Just doing only way I know how to try to speed this up a little bit. So yeah. With these special stages, I'm just gonna cut myself off as soon as I get to the bare minimum number of rings I need. But if I can't do that so easily, then I will damage abuse until I can. I mean, if not for the laser and Wing Fortress movie, at that laser move to the left, I might have had a shot at a one-cycle of Wing Fortress. That would have put me at around a minute's time. Yeah, I'm avoiding the rings as well as the bombs, so I could fish with 130 exactly. dun. Alright. Still recovered from an illness, so... basically just gonna go on autopilot until I hit the minimum number of rings I need to clear the stage. $140 rings, okay, so 12 more. 6 more rings. Very easy to avoid all those rings. Ugh. So many rings. I don't really know what else to say, man. Well, I guess I can talk about what I'm gonna do next time. I'm gonna try to get better, and then I'm gonna resume where I left off with this blue sphere thing. Oh yeah! We have one more lock-on game left to cover before we go over the creme de la creme, as it were. It's Blue Sphere. And spoiler, I will never be able to do a perfect playthrough of Blue Sphere. Ever. It's not possible. I literally did the math in that game. It would take 100 years of constant play in order to clear through all those levels. There are over 100 million of them. But I will come up with something. I will come up with a backup strategy. I wish to demonstrate exactly what I have in mind when covering Blue Sphere next time. Because even though I will not ever be able to do a perfect playthrough of Blue Sphere or even a Summer Sega type marathon for the game, because it will all be in vain no matter what, I can still come up with something. And that something is the thing that I would like to show off in good time. So I have to be careful now because during this third section there's only one set of bombs. That one, so I won't be able to lose any more rings going forward. Alright, I got the 110, just barely. just have to dodge the mill, and now that that's no longer a thing, I just have to jump over these. That's that. Bare minimum wait periods. So 2 more emeralds to go. Alright, perfect, but it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm gonna need 150 rings. $147, so 3 more rings to go. That's not gonna be easy to just sell off. So that takes 162. Boom. Take damage. Avoid those rings, and I have an exact number. And I just have to hold on at all costs, go to the side so I can avoid those rings. And that's that. Take special stages down, just 1 more to go. Alright, and this one's count is way, way low. Really, really low. Ooh, I barely avoided damage there. That's that from stage 1. Those guys stay in the middle until they only appear on one side. Alright, I have 1 ring extra, so I need to find a way to make 10 and lose 10. 119, not enough. I have 103, I can probably manage this. 110 with a jump, and that is that. A minimal rings challenge through all 7 special stages. The absolute fastest times that these special stages can be done. At least with just Knuckles. With Sonic and Tails, you could probably do it a little faster than that. And that's it for now. Next time, I'm gonna try to get better. And I'm gonna try to get better so I can take on Blue Sphere. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all the way, this is Mike Gorin, sign out.